What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I am still James.
And we got an epic review for y'all. We are finally wrapping up WandaVision. This is the last episode of, it was a 9-episode slate of the Marvel Disney Plus streaming TV show. And we are going to review it, and we're going to just review the series on the whole.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we got an intro. Okay, WandaVision episode 9. Last episode of the season, and as we left off with we last left off our plucky heroes, Wanda she was being attacked. Well, Agatha was holding the kids hostage, and Wanda found out about where Vision came from and why the Hex got created. So all that's been revealed. It was from Wanda's power of chaos magic, right?
Yeah.
And the last thing we saw was the new Vision, the white Vision, was created from. Actually, it was they just put him back together, and I guess he didn't get no color in him because he had no emotions. So that's why he was all white.
I think that may have been an intentional choice.
Which we know there was white Vision from the comic.
Yeah. Well, no, but like what I mean is like I think like the reconstruction process, they probably had to do away with the colors, and they had probably been planning on bringing the colors back once, because this is still a prototype technically.
Well, isn't he the same body?
Well, yeah, but like the plan was to mass reduce him, I think. So like the Mark I is always without frills, right? So you don't do the colors. Like we can put the colors back on once we make sure he works. You know.
Well, see, I thought, yeah, okay.
Like
the sense I made out of it was the color comes from his life.
Okay. Well, like because Hayward had said they couldn't find a way to boot him up.
Well, what I'm saying is when he died, all his color went out of him.
Yeah, but he didn't go white. He just went dull.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but still, though, he changed color. He didn't just die.
Like,
and the point is, the color got something to do with his.
I mean, okay.
This is our own theory.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody's actually right or wrong.
You know, it's probably gonna be something way more convoluted.
They probably ain't even giving you an explanation. It don't even matter.
So why was he white? Because he's white. You know.
Well, we know from the comics.
You know, the white Vision, the anti-Vision.
Yeah, was, you know, this is so in the comics. I remember seeing the story saying that once he died, they tried to bring him back. They brought him back without his emotions. Yeah, and that's why he was all white or whatever.
Well, like, I will say. The looks he's throwing.
He's just mean mugging that whole time. I like the white look better than the.
Because you don't like the watermelon.
With that, but no, he looks more like an android. Because the other look, he just looked like a dude with makeup on his face.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't look like an android. You look like a dude with makeup. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, the white look works better for me.
To each their own.
If I could get, I'm trying to get the full pictures, but you know, I'm tired of fucking with it. But no, so they Hayward revealed all his plans, and I'm like, why would you just tell him everything you doing like that?
Like, what's the point, dude? Like,
he might as well should have stopped. It was like, why are you telling me? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. You might as well just did that.
Oh, God.
It's like, right now you have no reason to be telling me all this.
Well, this is just useful information for the viewers at home. Oh, man.
But then it was like, wait a minute, the WandaVision, that's in the Hex though. We're not in the Hex. Sure we're not.
You hear that, guys? He says we're not in the Hex anymore. Now, as I was saying, but like Hayward is such a like, why?
An idiot.
What?
Well, he's a typical.
What? Like
he's a typical villain.
He's that guy's like, why is he running things?
He's a
Who put him in
typical.
charge?
He's a typical one of these villains because this is what they do.
Yeah.
They reach beyond the farther than they can go, and they always do something thinking they got a handle on things, and everything goes. The question is he going to pay for this? And they didn't really, they didn't really talk about that.
It's like they basically just said, "Don't worry, we'll take care of him."
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So Wanda is being confronted by Agatha about her powers, and I'm thinking like at some points Agatha got she got good points where you don't let me get it because I know how to control it.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking I don't know if it's the way she's trying to take it. I wouldn't, but it makes more sense to me. Have somebody who know how to use it to have it, opposed to somebody who accidentally enslaving people. You know what I'm saying?
There's no defense. But like my only problem with the way they use Agatha for the climax of this is that it's basically like her motivation is I want power, and I'm not fond of that motivation. Just because I think it's a weak motivation for a villain to just want power. Like, power for power's sake is such a weak motivation. But the point was they needed something to shake Wanda out of her self-delusion.
Yeah. Well, see, I was thinking that she was going to eventually help her. Thought she was eventually saying, I'm actually only want to take this because you don't know what you actually doing.
It's dangerous to leave you out here with all this power. Look what you done already did.
Right. And she kind of did say that, but then they kind of flipped it by saying, oh, yeah, I wanted just to be evil with it. Ha, 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 ha. Like, really?
Yeah. Well, because even the way they use her in the comics isn't out and out evil. It's
right. She's like,
if anything, she's more like, no, I'm going to take you out because you cannot contain all of this. And I ain't gonna let you destroy the world.
She's like an ally in the comics.
Yeah, she dips into some anti-hero stuff here and there, but like she's pretty much just like, I'm not a part of all of this, but I can't let you be out here not knowing what you got.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, and that's what I was hoping they kind of use her for, because like she's doing this, but I thought she was gonna be like, I was just trying to shake you out, but I'm really not your enemy. I'm not your friend, but I'm not your enemy.
So I do want to know who told old girl to play her like the Wicked Witch of the West. Even down to
they even have the damn shoes under the car.
Like she's just the Wicked Witch of the West.
I mean, that's they doing that, and they just really showing their hand. And Wanda's the good witch. Okay,
sure, why not?
But like I said, she had good points where she was like, you don't know how to use your power. Look what you did to these people.
Well, like even like when she set
She's
everyone
not
free,
evil.
She set everyone in the town free. It's like, what do you do to them? Oh, I just removed your control. This is all you, babe.
Right, and which is true.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was like. Okay, so she make good points, and why is she the villain now? Because Wanda's actually the one who's keeping their minds controlled. Yeah. And once they get released, everybody like, oh my God, I have your nightmares. It's like bad, dude.
Like the way they try to frame it in the show is clearly Agatha's the bad guy because she wants to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not enough.
It would be better to me if Agatha, if they had hers like, look, let me help you learn how to use this. I went through this when I was a young witch or whatever. And let me help you learn how to use this, because what you're doing here is wrong, but you didn't know because it was you did it out of instinct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you use your power out of instinct and you hurting people, but you didn't know you was. So let me help you and show you how to use your powers. That should have been for real the only conflict.
And like even when the scenes where she and Agatha are talking in this episode pissed me off because it reminds me of the conversations we've been having this whole season of like, how do you think you're the good guy and you're like after a point complicit in what the Hex is doing?
So, but the reason why they had her not be her ally and be her foil or enemy is because they wanted this moment. They wanted to give us a superhero moment. They can't help themselves.
Yeah.
And this is what makes me kind of mad. This show was good about doing something different.
Yeah. But that's a direct rip from the comics too. You got I'm trying to remember
that panel.
So you got Vision and Scarlet Witch.
All of them fighting together.
And Wiccan and Speed, I think.
Yeah, that's their name.
So you got them standing as a united front against Mephisto.
Yeah.
Only in this, it's
Agatha.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not. They should have done this with the other Vision, not with Agatha, because I just feel like Agatha would have been better served as an ally than a straight up enemy.
Yeah.
Because the way they tried to do it didn't even make sense. I mean, I ain't gonna say it didn't make sense. It was too hand-fisted. It was too. You just need a villain.
Yeah. That, and I still have a problem with these, sort of I've been here all along type villains. Like, why did you wait till now? Like, because let's not trip. Wanda has been using massive amounts of power throughout the MCU. Certainly, Agatha should have showed up when Wanda destroyed the Mind Stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if nothing else, she should know that something like that happened, but she never showed up. She didn't even poke about it a little bit. At least show us some of that, And then, like, waiting until, like, the hex goes up, and then not even trying to say, hey, look, I don't know if you noticed, but you did this thing. Like, so she's already shown she can make herself immune to the hex.
Who are you talking about?
Agatha.
Yeah.
So why not just go ahead and say,
she was immune from the beginning, right?
Yeah. So why not just go ahead and show, like, hey, look, this is what you did. I know you think everything's cool, but let me show you what's actually going on here. Why did she jump straight to being a mustache-twirling villain?
Because they needed to give us a superhero moment. Yeah. That's it. That's why I'm looking at this. Y'all built it.
Yeah.
And y'all just turned it down. Yeah. Y'all built it. Y'all laid the groundwork. Y'all had a foundation.
Yeah.
And y'all wanted to get this superhero moment so bad and show her in a new Scarlet Witch outfit. And it looks pretty good, you know. Y'all had to show her a new Scarlet Witch outfit, so she had to have somebody to fight. And they was like, we need her to fight Agatha. And y'all made it a superhero movie ending. That's all.
Which I didn't
complete with CGI fights.
You got the explosions and everything.
Explosions flying through the air. And it was like, it's not impressive no more because we've seen it a million times. Y'all gave us something different with the whole show being about something different. And y'all didn't have to end it with that, but y'all thought y'all did. And I didn't mind a little fighting here. Yeah. But the whole episode was pretty much a CGI battle.
And I feel like they dragged this on as long as they could to make Wanda more of an outcast in the fallout of this.
Yeah.
Just so they can set up an M-Day type situation, And first of all, I don't think they need M-Day in the MCU.
Who?
The No More Mutants. Yeah.
Are they doing that? Because they don't have mutants.
They're setting up an M-Day style situation with Scarlet Witch is like one of the leading theories right now, I think. But because otherwise, why would you need her to be so ostracized? It doesn't serve your narrative,
Well, we'll get to that because I was going to talk a little bit about that ending credit scene, but
to get back to the point about the fights, I would have rather their fight gone a similar though different direction to the Vision fight.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. The White Vision showed up. That's him, and he looks so much better as that color actually because he looks like what they call him,
synthezoid. That's what Vision is in the comics.
Right, so he looks like that. I would say, when you say it's a synthezoid, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it's a synthezoid. But the other Vision, I'd be like, oh shit, it's a dude with makeup on his face. It's like, why? Well, take that shit off your face.
One of the weaknesses of the Vision makeup is how shiny everything is.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at him when he's dead, he looks like a piece of like a. Right,
he looks like a robot.
Yeah.
But when he's alive, he looks like a dude with makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that color looks good, man, because he looks like a.
I will say one problem I have with
Synthesoid.
this is it makes him look like he's wearing some tidy whities.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, do Vision even have a? Does he have junk?
I mean,
Does he have a penis?
That-
Does he have a male genital?
that's one of those depends on the writer things.
Well, I mean,
Like,
they have him and Wanda
Well, like,
wake
'cause-
up in bed, and Wanda wake up like she got satisfied that night.
yeah.
So I'll be like, I don't want to get too personal here, but how? and then I wonder. Ultron wanted to make him more human, so he could have gave him a genital. And
Could have.
do he got on pants, or is he just, you know, he could probably just make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just kind of wondering.
Yeah. So back to the Vision fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. It was all CG. It was a lot of CGI there. What you think about that?
I didn't need it.
Go clip of it.
I get why it's there. You know, if the two Visions are going
Picture.
to fight, you guys show off how someone with Vision's powers fight someone with Vision's powers. You know, so you see them showing off the energy beams and the phasing and all that.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't care.
It was kind of fun. It
Yeah.
wasn't too long. It was all right.
Yeah, it was interesting, I will say, because like usually when you have characters who phase through stuff, it's just they phase through stuff to not take damage and yada yada yada. But they're like actually like phasing back into each other to do damage to each other and tossing each other
It was
around.
cool how he do it, but something got to tell you, if you can phase, why don't you just stay phased so you won't, you know?
Because you can't do anything while you're phased.
Right, I know.
So
But you can't take damage. What I'm saying is only come back when you want to use offense. But my point is, they should give you some kind of weakness with that where he can only do that for so long or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just it don't really explain to me why do you take damage when you can always phase.
because phasing requires conscious effort, right? Because your natural state is not phased.
Well, we all just speculate. This is all speculation here. We don't know extent of his powers.
Well, yeah,
Which
but
I
I'm just
think-
saying.
But that's kind of to my point. They never particularly said, and I wish they would say some of his limitations so we
Okay,
know.
okay, I see what you're saying.
You get me?
Yeah.
And then it will make more sense. Like if somebody say, well, why don't you just do that all the time? Well, because I can't do it because of such and such, reason. Okay, that makes sense. So let's talk a little bit more about, once Wanda realized what she was doing wrong, she had to, she started to release the hex because, as I told you, when all the people got released, they started coming to her. It looked like they was about to fight her or something.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what
Yeah.
they was about to do.
I thought they were gonna jump.
Yeah. And it just got to, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I didn't know.
Why would you do this?
Yeah.
We have your nightmares.
Yeah. It's like, I got a daughter. Can I please see her? You know, it was-
If you could just, let me see her just for a little bit.
the way she did, it's nothing you could just say, I'm sorry for.
No, there's no
It's
way.
bad
Like
how they did
the
that.
stuff that she did is on Hydra level bad.
Yeah. And so they,
Matter of fact, Hydra would be damn proud of her. You finally
that's
achieved our
my
dream.
girl. That's my girl.
That's what we've been trying to do.
Right. So they started to release the hex. And
Yeah.
then once she released the hex, Vision started to come apart. And the kids started to come
Yeah.
apart. And that's what Agatha told her, like, only way these things can exist is in your hex, in your bubble. You made this bubble so you can have your life that you wanted, but nothing can exist outside it because
Right.
it's just a construct of this.
She even tried to make her the deal. It's like, look, you give me your power, I will let you keep this. I will make this permanent,
Yeah.
and you can stay with them forever.
Right. And I'm looking like, okay, so it was kind of messed up seeing her husband and kids disintegrate right in front of her as she was taking down the hex.
Not real.
I know that.
Like, I hate to say
They're real to me, damn it.
like, because I hate to say, because even in the comics, it's kind of that they're not real. They're real enough to matter. Is the way they
It's
treat
real
them.
to me, damn it.
And like it's something I was never comfortable with in the comics. just because like at what like it's kind of like that whole like at what point do you consider them alive, like during gestation, like 12 3 months, 4 weeks, and so it's like she's suddenly children.
The whole thing is stupid. I mean, I just feel like you're a child. Everybody have to deal with this. Everybody they lose parents, they lose loved ones. You can't just do this and then be so selfish to try to keep it when you find out you involving other people in this. I can't give her a pass on this.
Well, like that, and then like I hear a lot of people online talking about, okay, so you can do this. Losing your brother didn't get you there?
I thought she could maybe just leave the hex like on the house.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
But I mean, honestly,
what kind of life is that?
You gotta let all that shit go.
Yeah.
Then they couldn't never leave the house.
Yeah. Can we go play in the yard? No. do you want to die?
But it get to the point where, come on, you made them up in your mind. You can't.
They're literally figments. So
it's just right. It's just like having an imaginary friend that you won't let go.
Yeah. Like you made your imaginary family real. Now it's time to stop.
Right. Because you are hurting other people with this.
But and also the second you stopped at, because this is my thing, right? Bringing Vision, like remaking Vision through her power, fine. Setting up the Hex as a place where Vision could exist, fine. Enslaving the minds and wills of everyone in Westview, not okay. Like, why did her power, like, I get her safe places sitcoms, but bruh, you couldn't just make Vision come back. You had to do all of that along with it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I said, it was instinct, Yeah. And the other Vision, when he attacked or whatever, I'm not sure if he was just evil, but he always had a mean mug.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna show. I actually like how he handled it. He didn't come with some super move that he was saving up.
But you know what?
He talked to him.
Well, because you remember he tried to do the same with Ultron, because he ran the numbers. He looked at the situation, said, it doesn't have to be like this. Of course, it has to be like this. Well, you gotta go.
Yeah, Ultron was an a-hole. He wasn't gonna live. He ain't gonna listen.
Yeah, Ultron didn't have no sense. But so you got the two Visions, and Vision tells him straight, I was like, well, I'm not really Vision. I'm gonna need you to explain that.
I would. Wait a minute. Explain yourself. If you think about it,
and the look on his face, I was like, and I better like the explanation.
I know it was one of those. Wait a minute. If you think about it,
no, he's right. Yeah. But
continue.
I especially love he basically says so I can't be Vision because I'm just a memory of Vision. Well, I can't be Vision because, come on, It's so if neither of us are Vision, and both of us are Vision,
it's the classic paradox. You can always confuse a computer with a paradox, right?
But it's got to be the perfect paradox.
Yeah.
And so in this one, it's either.
So then his look was on his face after he started telling all that stuff.
Wait a minute. You know what? That face is
It was easier when I could just whoop your ass. Now I gotta think about shit.
That's the. Wait a minute. That's exactly what that face is. Wait a minute. What? Run that back. I do love that. I love that they brought the ship of Theseus into it because I think it's one of the best thought experiments in philosophy. Mm-hmm. Just because there's no right or wrong answer. It's how do you feel? That it kind of is basically saying, a thing is more than the sum of its parts, right? But it's a perfect way to exemplify the way Vision approaches problems.
Yeah. So that Vision just decided to, okay, well, all right, I got to figure stuff out. That's kind of how they handled it in the comics, where he started to, well, I'm talking about where the White Vision, because I read some up on it, where the White Vision decided to, he didn't want to do what they wanted him to do, and he wanted to get his memories back or whatever. So they answered that. They gave he gave him his memories.
They did it better here, just because in the comics, like Wanda comes up with the kids. I'm so happy we have you. Hold up.
Yeah.
I ain't your husband,
Right.
and them ain't my kids. Deuces.
So whoa. I don't know you.
It's like, but you remember? No, I remember the wedding, but I ain't married you.
I remember, but I don't remember. I remember, but I wasn't there.
Like I know you married Vision. I ain't the Vision you married. We ain't married. I don't love you. Them ain't my kids.
Holla and holla. So, but no. So that was handled, and that other Vision actually he got his memory. So now he's officially the Vision we know, the
like
White
he's,
Vision.
He's claimed the name, you know.
So
like,
I'm just saying not that
but like narratively as well.
Right, he got the memories. Now he probably gonna do a little soul searching, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not no weapon no more.
Right.
Now he can make his own decisions. And that's the last we saw him though.
Yeah.
We will see him
like
again.
he said, I am Vision. Pew.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't have him out in the world and then just never use him again. So
Okay, so they wrapped it up with a last little battle that I didn't need. But basically, I didn't really understand exactly what they was doing. So when they gave Wanda a full chaos power or whatever, Agatha, she knew how to take power, so she was.
Well, so
they had a line that I thought of, which it brought me back to a movie that's horrible.
All right.
What you gonna think?
No, go ahead.
I was thinking of the Hulk when the 2000.
Take it all. You are not alone.
I was like, that is not the movie you want me to think of.
Man.
But basically, she kind of did that where she just, gave her everything and she started whittling away. I'm not sure exactly.
So what happened was
She used her old school.
So she just, the fight was a distraction.
Right.
You know. The old story. I'm distracting you. What did he call him?
Oh, douche or something.
Something. Yeah, douche nozzle.
Yeah.
I'm distracting you, you douche nozzle. Yeah, so like she's fighting Agatha just
You doing? What the hell are you doing? No, go ahead. God.
Wait, look. When the villain becomes the audience avatar. But so she's fighting Agatha to so she won't notice that some of the they haven't started calling them hex bolts yet, but she's throwing her hex bolts and she's using them to carve runes into the hex.
Right, okay. That's where she got the incantations or whatever.
So she just used the runes she'd already seen Agatha use.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Whatever. All right. So now she take Agatha. She beat Agatha, and then she
took all of her magic.
Made her. This is some bull crap.
She
dude.
turned her into Agnes.
She turned her into Agnes. So you made her a prisoner in her own mind.
Yep.
Which is cruel.
Yep.
And I can't roll with Wanda on none of this. And then to turn around and walk away, like, whew, all right, now that's settled.
So,
I'm gonna be leaving now. No, hell you ain't.
Like the fuck you think you on?
But you gotta understand.
Yeah.
I probably can't stop you, so I'm just gonna. I'm not cool with it, but ain't nothing I can do.
We gotta set up the multiverse of madness. So, that's why that's But also like, I kept waiting for Wanda to become the hero of the story, but like, we had Monica, and
yeah, and
like Monica, Jimmy Woo, and Darcy Lewis are the heroes of the story.
Not to mention, right. Monica was still there, and
as well as the figments
and you
of
wonder
Wanda's imagination.
what happened to her after what's his name, Pietro grabbed her, or whatever. He just holding her at his crib
in the room.
Yeah, and she got out, of course, and she came in. She pretty much just came as an audience.
Last minute.
Yeah. But okay, let's see. Oh, here he is. Pietro wasn't. He's Ralph. They found out that you found out he's Ralph.
A struggling actor named Ralph Boner.
Yeah. It was a funny.
Ralph Boner.
Okay, so let's get to the end. After she beat him, you get to this end credit where was she at the Asgard house? Was that an Asgard house, or there was just some cabin? I swear I thought that was the same place that Thor was playing video games at.
It's not the same place, no.
It don't look familiar to you?
It's just a cabin in the woods.
No, but look at it. Don't it look familiar? Do it look familiar at all? Wish I could make it big, but this won't let me make a full picture. Sucks.
Kind of looks. It kind of looks like.
I could be wrong, but I swear that's the same. Do you remember in Endgame?
It looks
when
like
Fat Thor was playing video games. He was in a little place like that.
It doesn't look like it. They don't look like.
I ain't watched it in a while though.
They don't look like the same place.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know, man.
But she's somewhere, whatever, and I was like, why are they showing this? So I don't know. It's cool, but I guess what she's doing, she's learning how to use her powers like all the way.
And, doing one of the worst things she could possibly do, which is reading through the Darkhold.
Right, but I mean, that's how you use her power, right?
Well, the Darkhold has its own will, is why I say that.
Yeah. So it'll make her do something.
You can have the best intentions in the world. The Darkhold will convince you to use its power for its own means. So.
Yeah, so this is going to add to something, but they need to. You can't make a season 2 to this.
No, this is just set up.
Yeah, it's a good setup to something else, but it's a good setup for, like you said, the multiverse of madness, other movies. The universe is in full effect.
Yeah.
They got so many things. It's actually once you introduce aliens and all this other races, purple people, I'm not questioning nothing no more.
Well, like one thing I think works really well for Marvel is that everything's always moving. Everything's always moving. So like if they make something, it's just they can fit whatever they need to into whatever they have to set something up.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, that's the whole episode, and it wasn't like the best, but it's cool. Like I think it works good as one watch if you watch it as like a movie, like a long movie.
Like if you just binge this, it's great.
And I'm thinking like 9 episodes, they all like pretty much 30 minutes.
Yeah,
what's that?
That's 3-4
hours, which ain't too bad.
3 like maybe 4.5 hours.
You can actually watch this in one setting.
Yeah,
but. Yes, that is the end of WandaVision. On the whole, it was a good series. I wish they would kind of ended it a different way, but
it's not. It's not the strongest finale out there.
Yeah, they gave you what you used to.
Yeah,
action.
Yeah,
but I honestly was in a mood for something else.
Well, because it was such a cerebral series that I wanted a cerebral finale, and they gave me some, jockey Neanderthal action stuff. But they gave me a little philosophy in there too, so I'll take what I can get.
Well, I can't wait for the next series. I think it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you want to get back to the straight up action, there you go. And the thing is, they're gonna start it off like that.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get into something else and then now let's jump into the action. No,
so we done with the AV.
That's
club.
all it is action.
We done with the AV club. Now we gonna get onto the varsity squad.
Yeah, right. And I think it's gonna be like an action spy kind of thing.
Yeah, which I'm down for.
Right, I could use that right now. So, all right, that is our review for WandaVision. I'd like to know what anybody else think about this series and the Marvel Universe moving forward. Thanks for checking out the video, and please subscribe to the channel and hit the alert icon. Hit the bell icon so you get alerts every time we post new videos.
And don't forget to drop a thumbs up if you like the video, and drop a comment down below. What did you think of this episode, and what did you think of this series as a whole? Let us know.
Yes. We out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.